is usually referred to as the baby coach. I like to call her the baby whisperer, but this is all because of her work with babies across the world, getting them to sleep, get this, 12 hours through the night by 12 weeks. She's joining us to help me out and others this morning. Good morning to you, Susie. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
So I got to tell you, I found out about you a few weeks ago because a friend was raving about you. She swears by your book, 12 Hours by 12 Weeks. Tell me what is, because it's about sleep training. What is it and what is it not?
Well, it's more about sleep teaching. It's teaching your baby how, or guiding your baby how to develop something they're naturally equipped to do, which is to sleep independently.
And,
Yeah, and so it's we just give a roadmap, and but you kind of follow your instincts into guiding your baby to sleep without assistance.
So that sounds great, but what does that look like practically? Like, give me an example.
Well, it's just understanding, especially with my book, 12 Hours by 12 Weeks, is understanding that at some point, once after the baby is stabilized, since birth, naturally, that is, as a species, human beings sleep at night. So they will follow that natural pattern of sleeping at night and being awake during the day. But we interrupt the pattern because then we are, have lack of sleep, so we don't have the best judgment at 1 a.m.
Yeah. One of the things that people first mention is, well, the baby's got to eat. How do they sleep 12 hours? Is that safe?
Yeah, well, it is. That's one of the ways we explain in our book is like, let's make sure your baby reach a healthy weight to then guide them, because naturally that's what they're going to do. Why? Because at night, the brain has different functions than digesting food. If he's digesting food in the middle of the night, the brain is not doing what it's supposed to do. So it's a natural development of things. Gotcha. Yes, they sleep around, they eat at around the clock in the beginning, but slowly they start stretching.
And this is something you know firsthand. I know you have 5 kids.
Yes.
The last 2, they were a set of twins.
They were a set of twins. And that's when I learned, I was like, okay, I have to be serious about this and really have a more predictable, schedule during the day, so I know what to expect the next day, because I have 2 or 3 other kids that needed me.
Yeah. Now, what do you say to parents who, I know that especially for me, until my mom got here a few weeks ago, you overthink everything, you're insecure, you maybe overdo things, overanalyze.
Yes.
What would you say to them? Because your approach is just, it seems like common sense, it's so soothing. Yeah. What would you say to them?
I would say, when it comes to babies, everybody is well-intentioned, but nobody knows your baby like you do, okay? So follow that instinct. And when you're feeding your baby at 2 a.m., maybe I shouldn't be doing this. This is not right. But, sometimes you feel like pressure to do one way or the other. Yeah. So look for what makes sense to you and your family. And that's one of the things I like about my method, is that you can tailor to your own personality. Baby steps will get you there.
It's like a weight lifted off your shoulders, because there's a lot of mom guilt. You always question everything. Last thing, has this ever not worked on a baby? Because you've worked with thousands of babies?
Thousands of babies.
Has this ever not worked?
It always worked. Why?
Always works.
Because this is a learning experience, and your baby has an infinite potential to learn.
And then the last thing, I know we got to wrap here, something that you said that was really powerful in your book is you don't flip your schedule for your baby. The baby adjusts to your schedule.
Yes, you had a happy life. That's why you had a baby. And then now, the baby joins that happy life, because the reality is the world does not turn around one baby. And that's what you're doing. You're preparing your baby for the real world.
I wish I could just take her home with me. All right, Susie Giordano, get her book, 12 Hours by 12 Weeks.
Yes.
Highly, highly recommend it. It's a 2-hour read really quickly. Great for moms and dads. Steve, I'll send this over to you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, honey.
Jeanette, thanks so much. Hope everybody gets their sleep.